good? It's Webb.
Thornton, man.
We back with another episode.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the Georgia game.
First. Let's talk about just thinking about how the difficulty level of playing on the road could be with being in the SEC or any other conference.
Promoting our playoff case right here. I honestly think a 10-2 SEC team.
A 10-2 Tennessee team.
Yeah. I'm just specifying for the whole SEC.
Yeah.
The difficulty of schedule in the SEC is you can't really underestimate anybody.
Oh God, for real. We saw that with
even Florida's 5-5 right now, but
knocking people out.
Florida's been in games with just about everybody. They played us good. They played Georgia good. They just beat a ranked LSU team. I feel like that holds weight instead of in another Power 4 conference. It's kind of you have those select few teams that you know are going to be good and dominant.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just I would say filler games.
Almost. Oh, for sure.
Like
the Big Ten.
Yeah. No offense to the Big Ten, but SEC just different.
For some reason, it's this season alone, it's been a big drop off. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel with the SEC, this kind of just proves that everybody's beatable. Georgia lost 2 games. We've lost 2 games. Bama's lost 2 games. Texas lost a game in that. This first year they lost a game in the SEC. I just feel I don't know. It just holds a different amount of value when it's getting weighed in at the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you feel coming from Pac-12?
I definitely say coming from the Pac-12 to the SEC is a lot harder for sure. Everybody, when you play games, sometimes you go into a game feeling you're automatically going to win it, but out there, or just in that conference alone, it's definitely some games on the schedule for sure we're going to blow them out for sure.
Yeah.
So I definitely would say playing in the SEC is a lot harder, and just know that every game you got to be on your best because you might slip up. For example, we slipped up twice.
Yeah.
Arkansas, we felt we should have beat them, and we really should have, but we slipped up, and they came to play. We lost to them. Georgia, the same situation. We had a great chance at beating them. We slipped up. They came to play, and they won. So I definitely would say it's definitely a lot harder here for sure.
What do you think was the difference between Pac-12 and SEC?
I say the D-line play, D-line and backer play for sure. D-line, O-line.
It means more.
Yeah, because they way bigger. Of course out there it's more Polynesian players and stuff like that, but in SEC everybody on the line, defensive or offensive line, they real they big players. So I feel that's where the biggest difference is. The skill players, I feel in every conference, skill players are the same. You're gonna have people that can run and all that stuff, but the O-line, D-line is really the determining factor with with other conferences and then the SEC.
Yeah, I feel for us, we're not only beating the DB, but we're trying to beat the D-line as well. You can't. I mean, your number one focus is getting open versus the DB, but you the eternal clock in your head.
You press.
It's going off because at any second, the quarterback could be getting pressure, which could just alter the play or alter your route.
Yeah, it make you be pressing extra certain times.
Yeah.
You might peek at the top of the route because you're I don't know if you're going to have the time to get it out. So, yeah.
Especially third down.
What, bro?
They be sending crazy stuff third down.
No, Georgia sending crazy stuff. They were cheating. I ain't going to lie. They were cheating for sure.
I feel the officiating was definitely one-sided.
Oh, for sure.
It was certain plays, and I feel the penalties were coming during opportunities where it's a game-changing. We had backed them up. It was a second and 24. Then they had caught a little slant or something. They got 10 yards, but then they caught a face mask, giving them the first down. And it put them from the 20 to midfield.
No, for me, it was the fumbles.
Yeah. At least, I feel at least one of them should have been.
For sure.
Either the one they threw across the middle. I've been seeing that's been kind of trending. The one that Will Brooks, he the tight end, has been kind of trending. And even they threw a touch pass, but I feel he had control of it for 2 steps.
For sure. They got us for sure.
Of that.
They got us for sure. But how do you feel about the Georgia game overall?
Honestly, I really liked how we looked first half. This probably the worst game our defense have played. They still played good enough for us to win, I feel but yeah, this was definitely a game where I feel the offense had to pick it up more and Like, I mean, we failed to do that. Like, we had 17 first half. We like got to put up at least some type of points in the second half to give ourselves a chance. But like, I don't really feel like it was anything in particular like that was just like messing us up, but it was just little things like getting behind the chains or you know, we just gotta like finish plays, stuff like that. Like, what about you?
Yeah, I said that I feel like the one thing that messes up the most was like every time we crossed the 50, something happened that killed our drives. Like every time, like we probably crossed the 50 in that second half, or in the game alone, we probably crossed the 50 like 4 or 5 times and got no points from it.
Yeah.
Like Coach was saying, like one resulted in a field goal, and then
It was like
the other was punts. So like,
punch,
if those penalties or whatever it may have been, if that stuff didn't happen, who knows how many points that could have? It could have been 7 points, could have been 3 points, but adding number over time, that's still putting points on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a game when you're ahead, whenever you're ahead in the game, it takes off some pressure on you because now the other team is trying to fight to keep getting back. Yeah. And once we came out of halftime tied up, and then they end up going up. Now we pressing to try to score because now all they got to do is try to just do whatever they can do to keep that lead.
It's almost like you get outside your identity. Like if you're down in a game, say you like a run first, like you are a run first team, like you trying to get into pass situations to be able to, like running the ball, like the clock honestly not your friend at that point. So like you kind of pressing, like starting to like get outside, like what you're comfortable with, stuff like that. I didn't feel like we were doing that, but really it was like the fourth quarter.
And I said
that's when we were pressing.
They did a good job of holding the ball. Like they was making sure that they drained as much time out of each drive they could before we got the ball back. So I feel like that played a big part in it too.
Yeah.
We only had like 9 possessions that game.
I didn't necessarily feel like they were like stopping us either. Like
it was us.
Everything that we didn't execute on, it was because of us. I don't feel like it was anything they were doing. Like the plays we're calling, I feel like the pictures were presenting themselves. We just gotta, execute on our end.
For sure.
To finish games like that, yeah.
So like with the new formatting of the playoffs to 12 teams, I feel like this helps a lot of teams out. Really for us, like last year we was in the same position, like having 2 losses and still being high up in the rankings. But now that there's 12 teams that's going to be able to get into it, that give us even more of a chance to get in, regardless of having them 2 losses. So I feel like that's a good change that happened because it gives a lot of teams another shot at it, even if they're having a good season. Like, yeah, you may have slipped up once or twice throughout the season. Maybe it was a loss early in the season, then slipped up late in the season, but knowing that you still was high in the rankings, you still got a chance to go play for a national championship. So I like it.
I felt like the old playoff system, honestly, like the best team wasn't winning every single year because you really only taking 4 teams.
Yeah.
But with 12, it might be a team, like a lot of teams may lose early on during the season and gain momentum heading towards like the end of the season. And I feel like that plays like a big impact. Like with that, it's like anybody, like you just gotta come to play on that Saturday and whoever wins. And I feel like that puts us in a good spot because like what Hype says, like good teams keep getting better throughout the season.
Yeah.
And I felt like we're definitely trending in the right direction. Like our offense, I think it's one of like the only games in the season where we had first half points.
Yeah, or at least a lot of points.
Yeah, we had
like more than just one touchdown or a field goal.
Yeah, for us to score 17, like even though we didn't win Georgia, us scoring 17 in the first half, definitely
big jump.
It's trending in the right direction. We just gotta come out second half like on the same type of timing, same type of focus and execution to allow us to like close games against like good teams like Georgia.
Yeah. So like talking about like how to deal with like failure or like taking a loss like in throughout the season, knowing that you may have taken a loss, but we still got a lot in front of us. Like we still got 2 games left. There's still potential for us to go to the SEC championship, then the national championship. So like how do you like deal with that as a player? Like it could be from like your own personal experiences or just like how you feel like in general.
Honestly, with losses, I just try to flush it. Like it can't be on your mind. Like it's something that should motivate you and like something that just allows you to lock in and be more attentive to detail. But you just got to take that and learn from it. Like you can't dwell on it.
Yeah.
Like you said, we got 2 more games. We can still win out and still have a shot to make the playoffs. And honestly, you gotta approach the next practice as a way like to just get better. And
I feel that for
like
sure.
you can't approach it with the like kind of feeling sorry for yourself
Mhm.
because you wouldn't be hurting anybody but like yourself in the long run.
Definitely.
You go out there with like a good mindset, you still getting better, and you still put yourself in a position to execute if we do get the opportunity to play in the playoffs, stuff like that.
I feel that for sure.
You?
Like me, when it like, I wouldn't say I'm a sore loser, but like, I'm the type of person where though, like I'm very competitive and passionate about like whatever I'm doing. So like with football specifically, like I hate losing more than I like winning.
Yeah.
So like when I lose games, especially when I feel like it wasn't really anything that I could have done to change it, I get real emotional. Like
Yeah. No, I mean I feel like that's how it should be though,
Yeah.
because I feel like if you're not doing that, you honestly like
but I say
don't care.
losing make like like I said, with me being a competitor, when I lose, it make me want to play even harder. Like knowing that I don't want to lose again. So like I feel like that makes me better in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I kind of like what Bruce said in the locker room was like he playing for the group.
oh yeah,
like,
for sure. Like with me, this is our last one. Like we know
Yeah.
for sure after this, however this season go, this is gonna be our last year of college. So it's crazy. I was just talking to him about that. We was roommates this past weekend. We was talking about that in the room before we had came down for like pregame and stuff. We like we gotta go. We gotta just try to win out the rest of this stuff because these could end up being our last 2 college football games.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have a great bond just in our receiver room alone. So like knowing that you have that brotherhood feeling, that ain't something that you just want to lose right away. So like
Yeah.
doing whatever we can in our ability like to go here and win the rest of these games so that we actually have the ability to play longer and be around each other longer definitely is like a big thing with that.
Yeah. I don't think people really realize how like close you get with
Oh God.
like seeing the same
Yeah.
people every day. Y'all getting to spend time like outside of football. I don't think people really realize how like close bonds grow over time.
That's why I would say like when people say like going to college and stuff like that or just playing a sport, whether it's college or even as a younger child, high school, whatever it may be,
Mhm.
when the people say like it's bigger than ball, like that is one of those examples of how it's bigger than ball. Like what game? Mississippi State game.
Yeah.
All the receivers in them like just having a talk in there. So like if we ain't come here to play football, we probably would have never met each other, none of that stuff, and we would have never had the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation like that. So like
Yeah.
knowing that we had that type of bond to be able to sit there, it was like 2.5, 3 hours that passed, and we just sitting there talking about life in general.
Yeah.
So like having those moments like show you that like yeah, we on here to play football. We came here to play football. We on a team to play football. But like the bonds that we've created over this however long we've been in college are gonna be bonds that last longer than that. So like I definitely say like football definitely show you that the relationship that you make with that is way more than just playing on that team or that sport.
Yeah. And like relationships happen quick. Like even like you and Chris.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like y'all transfer here, but it felt like y'all like
been here the whole time.
Like been here the whole time for real.
Definitely.
It's crazy.
So yeah, best road game environment and why? I'm gonna have to say Oklahoma because 1, we won the game. 2, I had the 66-yard bomb.
Yeah, it was lit.
The game was lit for sure. And I don't know, you feel like that was like out of all our road games, what game do you feel like was the loudest?
Georgia, for sure.
Crowd noise. But
hey, I ain't gonna lie.
don't shoot the messenger, man. Don't shoot the messenger.
I don't feel like any other road game was loud.
Nah,
Charlotte wasn't even a road game.
Oklahoma was loud pregame.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It got quiet real quick.
Oh, for sure.
I feel the first drive, we had to do like a swing route or something to like squirrel. When they blew that up, it was loud.
Nah, they definitely came out there tripping at the beginning of the game though.
They came out there loud, but we got a pick.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure we scored the next drive, and it was really just like solid from there because we had all the momentum at that point. Like our defense was stopping them. Offense started moving the ball. Like really, when you caught your bomb,
but that's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, you scored. Everybody was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was quiet from there on out.
That's just crazy.
I would say like Georgia probably was it was the most consistent.
For sure. For sure.
Because Oklahoma definitely fell off during like.
Yeah, that game was crazy for sure. The Georgia game was crazy, and that's like I ain't gonna lie. Like I expected not the end result, but I expected the way that it went I expected the game to be like that for sure.
Yeah.
Like we ain't going to expecting it to be like cakewalk. Like we gonna go blow them out, nothing like that. Nah, that's how that game was supposed to play out. Where it's just us on the winning side of it, but that's just didn't how it go.
Yeah. What was your favorite home game environment like?
Bama. Like I can say like
Bama do
the
hit
selfish
different,
side of me. I'm going to say Chat because that was one of my best games of the season. Cause I scored something, but like overall, definitely Bama. Like that game's still crazy to me now. Like for me, it's the storm in the field part. Like I ain't never been a part of that like my whole college career. So like I've been on the opposite side of one. Like my sophomore year, we played Oregon State. We lost to them at Oregon State, and they stormed the field. But like I ain't never been a part of like the field being stormed because of us. So like that was crazy to me. So like I'd definitely say that's my favorite like home environment game.
I would say Florida just because the checkerboard.
Florida was crazy.
Looking at the checkerboard in the tunnel, it's kind of lit. Like
blackout though.
Yeah,
it's too many of them really. But now I'm gonna have to stick with the Bama one for sure.
I like the but I ain't gonna. Yeah, the dark
mode crazy.
The blackout be hidden. I ain't gonna lie. Just cause I like how when we form the T, like all the lights be off and the T be the only thing that light up.
Nah, that'd definitely be hard.
I like running through the T then. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick. I ain't gonna lie. Have to be between them.
Senior night,
Dang.
Senior week, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Bro, it's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
did you say did you say it went by quick? Your college career?
And like I say, my first 2 years of college were like slower, but of course it's like for me personally, I went to school across the country, so like I had to restart my whole life over on my own. So like those first 2 years went by slow, but like these past two, they flew by, and now like dang, this is my last home game at Tennessee.
Yeah, you think you're gonna cry, or like I wouldn't say like boohoo crying, but,
nah,
like,
but
you think you'll shed a tear?
I might tear up for sure because in my whole family gonna be I got like 17, 18 people come to the game.
Yeah.
So like my whole family's gonna be here, and then yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
You gonna do anything? Like y'all get to run out, right?
I think we like you walk out, they say your name and stuff. You walk up to your parents and then give them flowers and stuff.
Are you gonna do anything, or are you just gonna?
Oh, of course. My father gonna probably be doing that. I'm already knowing he gonna be doing that, but yeah, man, it's crazy to me though. I ain't gonna lie, it definitely flew by fast. It'd be like, damn, just so like that.
You get in the end zone, like, but you gonna hit something like you gotta hit something iconic for like the last touchdown in Neyland. Like you gotta hit something. Like you can't.
I don't know, twin.
You can't.
I gotta
don't be
dancing,
humble at that point.
I gotta keep dancing for sure. Cause after that one, I got to.
Wait. I ain't gonna lie, that was hard.
Everybody be saying something to me about that too. But nah, I'm gonna definitely figure out something. I might come back with the first celebration that I was always gonna do.
Which is what?
Mask off. One shit.
Yeah.
Because I ain't do that one yet. So I might pop that one out, but I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out for sure. But who is like one senior that has like impacted you the most like throughout your college career?
I would say Brew.
Yeah.
Just because like Brew's is one like senior that's been here like the longest for me, and like he kind of gave me a different perspective on things just because he came from a previous situation, and Brew just had a lot of experience at the college level. So like I feel Brew done put me on a lot of game. He's been a good leader while he's been in the room, like just how to approach things, how to like be a pro, take care of your body, take care of your things on the field, off the field. Like I feel like he's like done a good job with all that. So I appreciate him for that.
Me, I say this, like even though I'm a senior too, I definitely say the same with Brew. Like, of course, like once I got here, me and Brew were close because we both were like Pac-12 guys and stuff like that. So it was easy for us to connect. But I'd say like after I got injured and he had just got injured before that, I feel like that
brought y'all closer.
That made us like way closer than we were before. Like Brew, my right hand man, like I could be having a bad day. I'm walking in the meeting room, I'm gonna tap him on his leg, he gonna instantly know what's wrong. And then he gonna check on me throughout the day. Or vice versa. If he got something going on, he let me know, and then we have each other back and keep each other going throughout the day. So like having that person every day, knowing that you're gonna have somebody with you like that, that's probably one of the best things I say that's happened to me with like this year alone. Cause like my first year here, I had a lot of ups and downs, it was a bumpy road, but this year I feel like Brew was one of the changing factors, like with how like my confidence or just like my overall, like me being me overall throughout this year. I feel like Bruce played a big part in that. That's even starting from the off season and like rehabbing and stuff. Like we both in there every single day doing the same rehab sheet. Like seeing him trying to walk when knowing his injury was worse than mine made me want to get better.
Like,
seeing
push
him
even
go out
harder
there, seeing him go out there being able to run made me want to be able to do that even more. So like it was more so like whatever he did, I tried to push harder to do what I could, and it was vice versa. So like, no, you got somebody that's going to push you to be your best while you push them to be their best is like one of the best things you can have with playing a sport for sure.
I feel like he definitely done a good job of just keeping everybody's like head on straight.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know like what it is, but it's like
he not gonna let you crash. He's not gonna let you crash.
Yeah, like he definitely has been able to hold everybody emotions in, like keep the main thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's ultimately like benefited like us throughout this
For
year.
sure.
All right, well, that's a wrap for us. K Webb.
Thornton.
Appreciate y'all subbing. Let's
Definitely.
keep blowing up the comment section. We'll see y'all next time.